I watched The Protector for the last time in the epic Korean movie Summer Extravaganza, and let me just say, I'm glad I did. It was honestly the least entertaining of the 6 Korean movies I saw this summer. In Korean movies, Yoon Woo-sung and Lee Jung-jae are so close that you could call them bromance. Yoon Woo-sung was in Hunt, which was directed by Lee Jung-jae, and he looked great in it. This time, Protector was also directed by Yoon Woo-sung, so it would have been better if Lee Jung-jae was in it. Although there isn't really a character that deserves him. The title reads like protecting someone, and I think the movie is an action movie in terms of genre. The main plot is about a man who finds out he has a daughter he didn't know existed and tries to protect her. Soo-hyuk Yoon Woo-sung is released from prison after serving 10 years. Nuk Park Sung-won, who was in the gang with him, has become a tycoon and runs a construction company, and Sung-joon Kim Jun-han, his younger brother, is a director. Soo-hyuk learns of his daughter's existence from a woman he dated after his release. He is told that he must become a normal person to meet his daughter. With a solid company, Soo-hyuk's release from prison is a reluctant factor. Sung-joon decides to get rid of Soo-hyuk out of desperation and calls Woo-jin Kim Nam-gil, the man he's always turned to whenever something like this happens. Woo-jin is always with Jin-ah Park Yoo-na. Unaware of Soo-hyuk's true identity, they rush to take him out, only to have it backfire on them. In the process, Jin-ah kidnaps Soo-hyuk's daughter. From here on out, Soo-hyuk struggles to protect his daughter. A daughter who never knew her father existed. As the movie opens, Hyuk-soo emerges from a cluttered place. With only a flashlight to take out the leader of the organization, who single-handedly defeats over 10 men. At this point, the lights are out and the action unfolds. The camera work, the movement of the flashlights, and the music make you think. This sequence reminded me of the action in the bathroom scene in The God of One Guess Who, which also starred Kwon Sang-woo, where the action was shown with a single light moving around. Honestly, I think it was shot much better than in The Protector. In terms of Hyuk-soo's actions alone, I didn't feel like a gang member, but rather an agent of a secret organization. When I saw his appearance and body, I also felt like he was a guest of honor in the movie Uncle. So I was a little excited to see what his future actions would be like. Unfortunately, since then, we haven't seen any action like this at all. When there is action, it's like they're going to show something, but then they end it. That's what I was expecting. There's a scene that had me excited early on, based solely on the action that Hyuk-soo delivered. Hyuk-soo goes to Nong-guk to tell him he wants to live a normal life. This is when Sung-joon taunts him and tells him to stay quiet and live in the shadows. When Sung-joon eventually decides to take him out, the action really kicks into high gear. I was expecting to see Hyuk-soo take down Nong-guk's organization all by himself. My mistake was expecting a little John Wick. It could have easily gone John Wick, but instead it went in the wrong direction. The person that Sung-joon gave the job to was Kim Nam-gil, who played Woo-jin. I think he gave the role to an actor with too much weight. From the beginning, the key confrontation is between Hyuk-soo and Woo-jin. Hyuk-soo is the one who breaks the organization, but Woo-jin isn't much of a fighter. He's a smart kid, but he's the bait, and Jin-ah does all the work. She's very handy and can make bombs and things like that. She uses her job to take them all out. Woo-jin can't fight at all, and he's utilizing tools. Woo-jin can't fight at all, and he's utilizing tools, so Hyuk-soo beats him up with ease. He's full of ideas, but he doesn't really show them. Woo-jin's character wasn't very impressive, and I think it's not the fault of Kim Nam-gil, who played Woo-jin, but the screenplay. The movie doesn't really show a narrative. It doesn't really show the rationale and development of each character. It's just a character in a situation, trying to get out of it as best he can. The situation has to be urgent. When Hyuk-soo goes to see Sung-joon, I was expecting a full-blown action sequence, and the only thing I could call action is ka action, which is mostly spinning, and then when Sung Joon shows up with a gun, he gets out of there and kind of falls apart. There's one character here who's hiding something, and he's in a very brief fight with Hyuk-soo, and it's a moment. And he loses, and it's like they decided to make him very humanized because he's been in prison for 10 years. Later on, the character and Hyuk-soo have another confrontation, and we barely see anything of it, because Hyuk-soo almost gets beaten up. It's very unexpected, and I was like, what is this? The movie is clearly an action genre, and it ends without any cool action. Cutting Woo Jin's episode by more than half and having him single-handedly wipe out the entire organization. I think it would have been better if they had done that. It was a movie that made me think that yes, Hyuk-soo did protect his daughter, but other than that, what the hell did he do?